Okay. Everything sounds good. Most of you said everything sounds good, but some gave some amazing feedback. I think those who are a little more sensitive to sound and uh, all of it helped. All your feedback helped. So I got a mic. I'm hoping it's better and we could move past that problem. So welcome, Katina, to the Zoom room. We've got Pamela on the live. Georgina's here. Thank you so much, guys. I think it's Memorial Weekend, long weekend in the US. So people might be on holiday, but the point is to make the video so that when whenever you have time, you can go to YouTube and watch it. So we'll get started in a minute. Everything's cool. Okay, so we are recording and I will start. If you've got any questions for me during the live, just drop it in the chat, both the Zoom as well as in Facebook. If I don't get to it immediately, I will come back to you like afterwards, after the webinar. So if you don't know me, my name is Lucille Cameron. I'm owner of Clip Artistry Heaven, which is a clip art store, digital store on Etsy. I've been into it for a year and a bit now, and through my experience, I'm trying to help other digital product sellers either to start their journey or those who have started, but there's certain gaps in the processes, or they're not getting the sales that they desire, or they just need extra help, and that's fine because it's good to work with people who's maybe done it a little bit longer than you and who have more experience and can maybe give some guidance. So that's who I am. That's what I do as a part-time or as a passion project more. I am not a design person by qualifications or experience. I have only started for about 2.5 years now, playing with the tools and figuring it out and understanding Etsy and the processes and how to upload and how to list, etc. So I've gone through all of that, and I'm in a good position to help those who are looking for further support. This week we're going to speak about content calendar. Now, before we get started, content for this webinar, content normally is like your social media content, right? Like what are you going to plan for your social media next week, next month, next quarter, current quarter, etc. So that's normally what content means. So I would like to just ask you, if I talk about content here, it would be like the products that we are listing, and then also sometimes I'll refer to social media content. So I will be covering both in this webinar. If you want to know why we're talking about this, simply the private Facebook group, the members in the group had an opportunity to vote for 8 different topics. This topic is second last on the list. So it is an 8-part series, and we're on the second last one now. Next week would be our last webinar for the 8-part series. But we're speaking about it because it's something that the group's members want to know about. Obviously, planning your content and avoiding the overwhelm and the never knowing what to design, what time of the year and when should it be listed. That's obviously something that the group wanted to understand a little bit more about. So again, if there's questions in between that if there's like an area on this topic that I'm not covering, just drop your question and I'll try and help you. Katina saying good morning, and yes, it's Memorial Weekend. Okay, so smart, simple strategies for digital product creators. That's me, right? You will hear me, well, not smart. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm saying simple strategies to do the whole Etsy thing is what I want to speak to you about. You will always hear me advocate for doing it smarter, not harder. It's got nothing to do with a level of laziness or shortcutting. No, I do believe Etsy is a volumes game. Etsy is a capitalizing on your time, outputting as much as you can within a given amount of hours that you've got. So I advocate for that. And with that, it's AI, it's bulk creation, it's automation. That is what I do in my business. You will have an opportunity to see some of the strategies that I apply in my operations, and then maybe it's something that you can think about. So smart strategies for digital product creators, and I want to help you with the overwhelm. I know how that feels. I know when, especially your first year, for me, my first half year, 6 months, it was just complete chaos, like just designing anything. So if you're very new or early into your journey, I can maybe help you with that with this webinar. And just like I said, get away with the overwhelm. Before I go to the next slide, I want you to just look at these little clip art images. So I did this 2 days ago. The software that I used is was Artistly. Okay, so you may or may not know they've recently had an update, a V5 update. I watched the live webinar yesterday. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes. I watched it from the start to the end, and I'm glad that I did. I was completely wowed, and we'll go to Artistly a bit later, but I just want to let you know, some of you have asked me, so I thought I'll just make a point to mention the clip art that you're seeing on my screen has been made by Artistly. You will also know, if you've been here for all the, like Yvonne's been here, Leslie's been here almost every week. If you've watched all of it, you'll note that every week there was a clip art pack. Almost all of the clip art packs that I have used in my presentations, every week they've sold. So last week, I don't know if you can remember, but last week we had the woodland farm animals. That was also created with Artistly, and I sold it during the week. So I listed it, and then like a day or 2 days later, it was sold. There was a purple pack that I also just created with Artistly, and it sold. So if you want to know more about Artistly, does it work? That's just something that I can share with you as a practical. You can go to my store and you can see that the sales are there, and also my website, my own digital store. They're also selling there. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so again, welcome. Welcome to the webinar. So we're talking smart strategies, the tools that I've used, and the maximum impact on your workflow. Okay, so that's what you should take from it. So what am I using? And again, this is just like recommendations from me to you. I'm sure there's smarter processes, but this is working for me. I keep telling you guys that I get daily sales. So I must be doing something right to like consistently get sales. And it really just boils down to your processes, your presentation, the keywords that you've selected. So there's a whole lot of things that goes into, and that's why this 8-part week was, I think, so important, that we go into each area: mock-ups, SEO keywords, bulk creation, AI automation, etc. So it's really just about the tools, the strategies, and what the impact will be on your store. So Pamela's saying, I haven't watched watched it. I'm assuming the YouTube update from Artistly, and she said, but I've heard very good things about Artistly. You know, Pamela, what I'm more excited about is actually what is to come. The updates in V5 was, I'm not going to, we'll sit here a whole day because there's just so much in that program, right? But the things that's coming, they really have the thinking, it's aligned with what I have been kind of preaching on my journey. Automation, cut down. I don't want to sit like hours and creating one bundle. Next level for Artistly is just going to be so AI driven that it's going to be you just like prompting it, and it needs to do everything KDP, Etsy, listing, publishing on social media. But it's not my story to tell, so I'll leave it for the Artistly team to do that when they are ready. So today it's really going to be fun, like fun, and also the topic is not going to be like overwhelming. We're just going to talk planning, again, time saving tools, and then how you can repurpose your content, again, your product, but then taking it to social media, and then just creating that awareness around your Etsy listing via social media. So I'll show you some of my strategies. Who is this for? If you're a digital product seller, which most of you are, whether it is for fun creation, for family, for personal, or if it's for commercial use, you want to make a side income from it, you are new, you are an aspiring creator, you want to learn, you want to grow, so this is for you. If you're selling on platforms like Etsy, Payhip, Shopify, any of those places like rings a bell to you, or that's where you are active in, then this is for you. I can help you. And then like side hustlers, feeling stuck or inconsistent with your content on your products and your listings, this can maybe help you. Okay, So why do you need a content calendar? Burnout is real. If you go to video 1 or 2, where I went through clip art that sells, I spoke about burnout. I spoke about frustration, loneliness, giving up. It's not for me. I'm not good enough. I'll just go back to my 9 to 5. I've been through that whole cycle. I've been through that entire cycle. And part of what frustrated me is like I was always just so late, like with Christmas, like 2 weeks before, like 2 weeks before the time, or Mother's Day, all these holidays. I just didn't have a plan. And then 2 weeks before the time, you are assuming you are early. You are so late because the Etsy algorithm needs at least 2 to 3 months, 90 days to warm up to your listing, especially if your store is not very active and doesn't have a lot of sales, doesn't have social proof, doesn't have followers. There's just like no leverage in your store. So for you to list a product 2 weeks before the time, before Halloween, you might as well not list it and just focus on the next holiday, right? So I'm going to try and help you avoid with burnout. I'm also going to try and help you with boost consistency, which is what I think a massive, massive problem is with a lot of Etsy sellers. And I don't think they know how consistent you need to be. There's a guy on YouTube, Etsy consultant. I think he's been in the game for like over a decade. I listen to his content and I think he just gives it to you. He just gives it to you like straight, right? Like no BS, no like sugarcoating it. He's very, I like his guidance. And like if you can't be consistent with sales, because I keep telling you I'm selling like daily, right? Like every day I get to change. Some days are better than others. That is a consistent store. But the sale doesn't depend on you as a metric of consistency. So if you can't help that metric, you need to be consistent with listing. So when I speak to some sellers, they're starting out and because I like to like be involved. I'd like to know, okay, if they tell me they're going to list this Valentine's Day product, like what do I think? And then I would follow up and ask like, okay, so like how's it going? Have you listed? What's the link? Let me go check. And then the product just never went up. Like one product. And I find that I don't know if some people don't understand that you need to be consistent. And if you can't be consistent with sales, you need to be consistent with listings. So listing one and then in 2 days you'll do another one and then skip 5 days and then maybe do like five on that day. It's better if you just list one a day. And it's possible because you can draft it and every day just publish from your drafts to like publish. You are giving trust signals to Etsy. Trust me, if you don't list consistently, my first year I listed close to 900 products during my first, what it wasn't even a full year, 900 digital products during my first year. How many days are there in a year? 365, 900 products. So I'm like benefiting from the work that I've done and even though at that time I worked so hard, most of the stuff didn't sell. But now I'm sitting and I'm getting sales from products that I've done 250 days ago. I don't have to lift a finger. It's just selling depending on the season. Now there's like Tumblr wrap selling like on repeat. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So, but to get to that level, you have to be consistent so much that almost obsessive. Anyway, that was my story. And then we will help you with a clear structure. Hopefully, it's my structure, it's my framework. Hopefully, it works for you. Or you can say, Lucille, no, it's a bit too complicated. Maybe I'll just try something else. But I'll just show you what I've done, right? And also, very importantly, you need to, if you can take from me, take the guesswork out of listing. You need to list with intent. You need to list so smartly and with intent. I can't stress that enough. And at least 2 to 3 months before the holiday. Okay. Okay, so let's talk tools, right? So my strategy is as follows. Okay, so you need obviously your whole business digital product starts with an idea. It starts with an idea which, hopefully started with some SEO research, right? Which you can do on Etsy, Everbee, eRank, Choose Your Poison. What's the rest? Marmalade is one. I'm using Listedem a lot now. And Inside Factory. Inside Factory is a very, very good one. And they've got the ability to spot what is selling at the moment and what's trendy, and it works, but it's not cheap, right? So because I have to look at like cost and stuff. So you start with product ideation, which I hope it's starting with SEO. So for a good couple of months, I just designed what was pretty, and pretty doesn't sell. So where do I go for product ideation? Obviously, ChatGPT is one system. I'm also using Abacus as another system, which is the LLM, and ChatGPT or the LLM of choice, DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, whatever you prefer. Those are the tools that I use for product ideation. In other words, I've spotted a keyword, guinea pig, flower, clip art bundle, right? I've spotted it somewhere. And now I'm using ChatGPT or the LLM to help me put something together that, based on your research on Etsy and what is selling and what is the type of design that they've used, etc. You will have to do all that SEO research and then go to ChatGPT, and then discuss with ChatGPT what it is that you want to achieve. So you want a consistent, visually consistent, color cohesive bundle based on keyword that you've discovered. Please, can you give me some bundle ideas? And it will go through a couple of bundle ideas. So to help me with product ideation, I use ChatGPT. Okay. Then I have a tool called Trello, which is free. As you know, ChatGPT is also free. It will only take you so far, but you can get enough out of ChatGPT to help you with the product ideation. Then the planning I do is in Trello. I'll take you through to Trello in a minute, but that's my Trello dashboard, so I can plan exactly for January what's happening. So it's winter, it's New Year's, etc. February, it's Valentine's Day, it's President's Day. March, it's St. Patrick's Day, International Women's, etc., etc. So that planning I do in Trello. Then my designing would be in a tool such as Artistly or Midjourney or Canvas, Dreamlab or Kittle or Dale. Depend again, choose your favorite. But you'll then have to design this concept that started from a product ideation that you've planned around. You're designing now, and then you need to mock up the product. You need to present the product in a way that it's appealing to your demographic. All the labels are there. It's how many is in the bundle, what is the DPI, what is the number of clip arts in the bundle, give a preview of some of your best images. So your presentation sits in a software such as Canva. That's where I do mine. Then your product has been designed. You have done the mock-up. You've listed it on Etsy, but you have to organize your files, and you have to organize your folders for your entire Etsy store. That will sit in a program called Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive. Again, there are options, right? We're spoiled for choice. Stephanie is asking, can I re-watch the video later when I have time? Absolutely. So in Facebook, you'll only have a month to watch it. And because they auto-delete it after a month. And if it's not in the Facebook group, Stephanie, then you can watch it on my YouTube channel. Okay. So you have, where I organize mine would be in G Drive. And then this is next level, which is part of what is in my operation at the moment, which is AI automation. And AI automation helps me with content scheduling, content publishing, listing on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is a little bit next level. I'll just show you guys glimpses. As you can see, the whole flywheel is, there's a lot going on, and we don't have the time to go through everything right now. It's impossible because each system is going to take you a while to work through, but it's an overview. And if there's gaps in my process that you don't fully understand or need more help or whatever, you can just ask me and I will help where I can. So AI automation, I'm using predominantly make.com, and also I use Zapier. Okay, and you again, everything that I've mentioned here, apart from Artistly as a design tool, is free. GPT you can get free, Trello is free, Canva is free, uh, G Drive is free, and then Zapier you get a limited amount of zaps a month, and make.com you get a limited amount, but you can automate part of your process with these tools. You have to think automation. Everybody, anyone who's still doing things very much traditional, I keep speaking on this. If you are heavily still traditional and you're going to cling to that traditional way, you're going to miss the mark and you're going to miss out. You have to gear yourself towards automation. Okay? So my simple step is basically like 3 overall steps in my process. So monthly theme planning, obviously ChatGPT. You go into ChatGPT, give me a list of holidays based on the country that you're targeting. In my case, it's the US. Give me a list of holidays for the year. And then once it spits out all holidays, you can look at the holidays that is important for your target market, and you plan around whatever ChatGPT gives you, right? Then once you have done your planning, month to month planning, I would say plan and list again 2 to 3 months before the time. So if it's Christmas in December, by September, October, November, I would say September, your product should be listed for Christmas. Why? Because you give the system enough time to warm up to your listing, to your keywords. Yeah, if you've got thousands of admirers and tens of thousands of sales, the rules are slightly different for you. But if you've got a new store with 10 sales, 1 review, 20 products, you don't have the same leverage. Okay? Once I've done the theme, the month planning, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black History Month, July, 4th of July, all those, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. Once you know your whole year, you can then start batch creating. Okay? Remember 2 to 3 months before the time, before the actual holiday. And then you can schedule and repurpose across different platforms where social media is concerned, right? A lot of time, I think a lot of us do get lost in the whole social media, importance of social media, right? And I do feel like a lot of time went into me being visible on social media. Social media doesn't really bring a lot of sales. If I'm being honest now, it doesn't bring me a lot of sales. The most sales that I get is from my email list, my community, and from Etsy's traffic. And I don't spend on Etsy advertising because the times I have spent, I've just lost money. And it's not that I'm spending because I can't get organic sales. It's the complete opposite. I'm like 100% getting organic traffic from Etsy and sales. And the gurus are saying once you're in that position, you can then start advertising. I get the visits, I get the views, I get the likes on the advertising. I just don't get the sales. So it's a complete waste of money the few times that I have tried. So, like, I'm not doing ads. I don't know if someone's got a different opinion about ads in their own store, but that has been my experience. For some reason, I can organically sell and I sell through my email list, but I can't. Of course, I do get some sales. I'm talking about the ad spend being profitable. That's the whole purpose of ads. Ads is at least in the beginning, it's to give you more a reach, But eventually ads should be a revenue generator, not like just a break even. There's a whole methodology that I've just not been one of those. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing with ads, but that's mine. So the 3-step process: build your monthly theme, batch create, right? So these little Black History Month themed babies, that is not the only thing. That's also the one thing that I find that like new sellers, they would like just create one bundle, one baby bundle, Black History Month. But there are mug designs and t-shirt designs and tumbler wraps that you can design, and but they would only create like a clip art on that based on that keyword. So in my case, this week I've pushed out like about 10 Black History Month products, 4 t-shirts, 3 clip art packs. That's what I mean when I say batch create content, right? So monthly theming, batch create, and then schedule through AI. That's the listing, and push it out to Instagram, push it out to Facebook. I don't still want to sit and have to type a message to say, oh, new listing, click here on this link. A whole lot of my time went into that. So that's where automation, the moment it's published on Etsy, the robot picks up the signal and they will push it out to my Facebook page as well as my Facebook group. So that's one thing I don't have to do. So you don't get a lot of sales from it, but you do get you. It's important that you are active on your social media because people look at what you are doing, and from a sales point of view, and a lot of them do go to your social media. So if you haven't posted in for 3 months, it doesn't come across as if you are even actively selling on Etsy. So that's why I would say keep a presence online. So I don't know how you guys are feeling about AI. There's still a lot of pushback as far as I'm concerned. You shouldn't be using AI, it doesn't feel fair. I'm not one of those people. I've never been one of those people. I've I've dived into AI. Was like wowed and amazed and wait, is this going to make me dumb? And then I question, and I've just been very open to embrace AI. So if you are someone that doesn't feel comfortable with AI, I don't know. I don't know what to say because I feel like if you're not going to embrace AI to the fullest power that it can help you in your business, in your line of work, I don't know if you're going to be around and be able to compete with others who's going to embrace it. Okay. So just in terms of AI tools, obviously everybody knows ChatGPT. There's a whole lot that you can do with ChatGPT. We can't go through all case studies. We'll sit here all day. But content ideas, right? Social media post outlines, catchy titles, make it stand out. That's what ChatGPT can do for your Etsy business. Same with Abacus, same story. I'm just putting it out there for you so that you know, again, the products that I'm using, systems that I'm using. Abacus is half the price of ChatGPT, does the same job. But Abacus has got like 22 large language models, the Groks, the DeepSeek, the Gemini, the Llama, the Perplexity, I think, and the list goes on. So all those tools, ChatGPT included, sits in Abacus, $10. And if you sign up for your first month, you get 2 months. Okay. So I use Abacus on a daily basis and it works, right? So product ideas, bundle ideas, Etsy, SEO keywords, all of that I can get in Abacus. I'm mentioning this because cost is a factor. It has been for me, and it's been a factor. It's a factor for everybody, especially if you're not making sales. If it's if it's not if you're not making money, it's really just money that you're throwing down the drain. So where we can save as content creators, I will share that with anyone. Okay. So Devon is saying, if you are not a creator, AI is your best friend. Embrace it and let it help you. Don't get left behind. And thank you, Devon. You're saying it much better than what I was trying to say. I really feel for you if you are resistant to, resistant towards it. And not fully embracing it. I'm not saying AI should be your end all and be all in, but you should see it as an assistant and not as a competitor. Okay. Um, and honestly, to be frank and very honest with you, you all know I've got an accountancy, finance background. I'm a practitioner, professional. I've been doing that for over 12 years remotely in like 3 different continents, right? That is my background. There's not a creative bone in me apart from what AI introduced to me. If I was resistant against AI, I would not have had the last 2 years, 2 and a bit years, as proof of what it helped me with. And the funny thing is, it's not that I'm not a creative person. I think we all have a little bit of creativity and a bit of analytical. I think that is, but it took AI to bring it out of me, and I enjoy it so much. If I don't design for a day because I'm busy with something else, it actually affects me because to see these little clip art icons in front of me, it just brings like joy to my day. And I can't be the only one. I can't. Please, someone agree with me. I absolutely love seeing just like what the software can do for you. And like, even though this was all AI driven, right? The fact is, without your ideation, without your concept, without what you started it with, the AI can't do anything. So even though I didn't physically draw this, I conceptualized this in my head. And I got the AI to assist me with a function so that I can put a product together. So that's how you should see it. So I completely agree with Devon. So these are 2 options that I can share with you. I also have DeepSeek, which is free, but I didn't really use it. I never liked it. I never liked it. I don't know. Abacus works for me. And within Abacus, you've also got Dali, which is, I hope I'm saying it right. Some people are complaining about my accent. I'm sorry, I'm from South Africa. So that's why I sound like this. And I can't change that. So, um, yeah, you also get Dali inside of Abacus, which is one of the tools that I use for the monthly vault, right? To create products, to generate clip art images or t-shirt designs or whatever the case may be. So, that's a value system over there. Okay, I've got some messages. So let's see. Oh, Devon saying, I love DeepSeek now better than ChatGPT. That is my first go-to now. You're going to make me want to go to DeepSeek after this webinar. Thanks for sharing, Devon. When I started with it, I thought that it felt so overhyped. You know, the whole China versus the US. I felt like they were just putting so much into it while ChatGPT is already amazing. So I just didn't feel like, so what are you offering kind of thing. But I'm definitely going to go back to my app and see maybe they've done some upgrades. Thanks for sharing. And then Georgina saying in the Facebook Live, we have a lot in common, she says. I'm a CPA and I don't have a single creative bone in my body. But yes, I'm loving AI and what it can do. Oh, Georgine, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm actually currently working for a firm in Washington, remotely, obviously. Still in accounting, in the accounting field, and it's still, it still keeps that side of my brain going, like finances, reports, and payroll and all that stuff. So I'm still like active in a capacity, but I love this AI side of my journey. I don't know, but good to know, Georgine. Okay, so if you want to save some more time, there are some options, right? So if you go to my website, www.clipartistryhaven.com, you will find the digital product roadmap. Now, this is something I would have given away free. When I created my website, when I set up this product, it was really in my head, it was designed free. This thing was really designed like as a freebie, right? You know, Eugene, there's another person that's a CPA that's also in our community. I think it's Debbie, her name is Debbie, but I'm just thinking now, we're adding up now. A lot of accountants adding up. I actually did mine, Chartered Global Management Accountants designation through SEMA in the UK. So I'm not a CPA, but, you know, potatoes. Um, So when I created this sales landing page, it was in my head free. When I connected the landing page with the sales page, with the info and the whatever, and I wanted to set it up as zero, the system that I'm using, I contacted support and they said the way I've set it up, and this is now hours that I've put into this product, right? They said they can't put like a zero. It needs to have like a payment. And that's why it's $1, but it was really supposed to be free. So if you go to my website, let me show you quickly. If you go to my website and you type in Clip Artistry Heaven.com, right? That's my main website. And there's an issue here. I've also notified the service provider. For some reason, the text is going behind this, right? And it shouldn't. So I don't know. But if you're on my landing page, if you go here, you will see there's a free digital store checklist. So grab that. YouTube, if you want to see my YouTube videos. The blog, if you want to go visit the blog. And then here you've got Get Started, which is the monthly membership if you want to join up. And then just below that, it's really difficult to see now, but they mailed me this morning to say that they note the issue that I'm having and that it's with the developers and they'll come back to me. But just below AI prompt even, you've got digital product roadmap, right? So if you click on it, it will bring you to this page, and it's just an introduction of what it is, plan. I literally did this in 1 weekend. 1 weekend, plan your whole 2025. This was listed last year, October 2024, so in time for 2025, and that's pretty much what it looks like. So even though there's a $1, it was only because I've built it up, and eventually when I said no, I wanted like to be free, they said no, they can't. So that's the only reason why you see a charge there. Okay, so I click on it, and then I'll give you the training in terms of how to do this. While you go through the process, you can also reach out to me. There's a section where I can build it for you if you so wish, or you can just start the training and then do it yourself. Build your whole year, calendar year out by yourself. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you there. It's so hot here. Every week when we speak, I'm telling you guys we're supposed to go into winter now, but it's just not wintering here. So hot here. Um, so that's the digital product roadmap. If you want to build your whole year, you get a video and you can go through it. And then the 12-month framework is what I do in Trello. So I'll show you quickly what my Trello looks like. Let me just see, there's some chats here. So Katina saying AI is amazing. I agree with you, Katina. It really does make life like it really just in anything. Like I can even help my son with like algebra, which I wouldn't have been able to. There's just like a whole lot of stuff. So I'm all for it. So I also agree, Katina. And then Pamela saying I have abacus, but I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to learning what it's able to do. So let's see. So for now, my code ChatGPT is still my favorite. Yeah. You see the problem for me, Pamela, with the image image update that ChatGPT recently came up with. It's very difficult for me to leave ChatGPT because of that image generator. I don't know if you fiddled with mockups, but I'm telling you the things that ChatGPT can do with the image generator is, in my opinion, worth holding on to it. So even though I've got Abacus, which I'm using for Dali, which is not available on, I think, on ChatGPT, I don't mind paying both. Okay. So the 12-month framework, let's go here. I'll show you quickly my system. We can't spend time on showing you how to build it, but I am going to spend time on showing you what it looks like. So go grab the $1 and do this on your own, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So January, like you'll see here, January 2025, it's New Year's, it's winter season, it's cozy winter vibes, it's organizational planners, because obviously everybody is going to want to now start the year fresh and they want planners, 2025 planners, daily planners, eating planners, spiritual. So, you know, and then January will have everything and like New Year's resolutions, National Sticker Day, National Hot Tea Day. These are things I wouldn't naturally come up with on my own. I don't live in the US, so I don't really particularly know the celebrations and the observances of by heart, apart from like 12 main ones: Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, President's Day, Halloween, um, you know, Christmas, New Year's, etc. But there's a lot more in like other observances that is important in the US, and that's got like a search or demand on Etsy, which ChatGPT can help you with, right? So all of this is here for January. And if you look close, I don't know how close you can see my screen, you'll see here that the 5th of October 2024 was my deadline. So my deadline is not January. My deadline is October 2024. So by October 2024, my New Year's resolutions and clip art and images and mug wraps, all of that stuff had to have been done by October last year. And that is how organized you need to be for Etsy. If you are new, if you've got 10,000 followers and you've done perhaps physical products before and you've got an email list of 20,000 people, what I'm teaching you is not for you. You shouldn't even be listening to me. So Sim J is saying, Dahlia is still in ChatGPT. You have to go under Explore GPTs, and it's there. Thank you so much, Sim. I've just not seen it before. It used to be like this, the designer of choice. I've just not seen it, but good to know. Okay, I'll go fiddle around with it afterwards. So sorry, as I was saying, if you, I am an accountant, tax practitioner, right? I business consultant. My whole network is like in corporate companies, small business owners, in all sorts of industries. So I've got email lists for those people. None of those people are going to be interested in buying clip art from me, which is why I started basically from zero in terms of this field, right? And that's why the steps that I'm applying is really from someone who doesn't, no contacts, no like 5 years in the printing industry. I don't have anything to lean on in that capacity. But be careful, most of the YouTube people that gives guidance on this topic, they are in a position where they are for a lot of reasons. The main reason you guys need to remember, 2020, right? 2020, 2021, 2022. If you weren't on Etsy in that period, and I'm one of them, I didn't, my store opened doors 2024, January. Those people that were on Etsy selling digital products 2020, 2021, 2022. Do you guys know? Go to Etsy's annual reports. The level of sales, money, profit, shareholder value, equity that Etsy has made during those periods. Everybody was indoors. Everybody was buying coloring pages for their kids. Everybody was doing activities at home. The number of sales that those people made is never to be seen again. So now you're comparing yourself with someone that has gone through that anomaly of a period in the e-commerce world, and you want to compare it with now where there's no pandemic that's keeping us in-house and people don't need to buy coloring pages and puzzles and whatever. You can't compare yourself with it. So that's the first thing that you need to remember. If you see these people with these tens and thousands and hundreds and thousands of sales, I'm not discrediting the experience, the hard work. I'm just saying be realistic. So that's the first reason. The second thing that you need to be very careful about, most of the YouTubers that is doing this very successfully, they've got email lists in the 20s, 30s, 40,000 people on the email list. They don't need Etsy's traffic. Now, earlier I told you guys the where I get my sales from is mostly Etsy because I don't have an email list with 20, 30, 40,000 people, nor do I have a group with 20, 30,000 people. Do you know the power and the leverage that you have as a product seller with that kind of background versus someone like me or someone like you? So you must be very realistic when you compare yourselves. And I like competition, but I like to be realistic about my competition. Okay, so don't feel like you're not good enough. You don't know what that person has gone through, the experience that they've had. Anyway, I just want you to be realistic. If you are someone with that kind of following, you shouldn't be listening to me. You should actually be teaching me. But I speak to those people like me, people like Georgine, who we don't know, but we love what we're seeing and we are grateful for the opportunity to be able to compete with people that's more experienced than what we are. Okay, so basically this is the card. It tells me what is it, New Year's theme. It tells me, Lucille, okay, so these are all the things that you can work on for New Year's. New Year's Tumblr app 1, 2, 3. New Year's planner template. New Year's planner weekly template. Daily template. Inspirational quotes. Fresh start. Goal getter. Positive mindset. So this is ChatGPT telling me and giving me some tips in terms of based on the holidays and based on my demographic, Lucille, these are some of the products that you can work on, right? And then I've got the notes here, just further details in terms of what it is, Martin Luther King Day. Like, again, these aren't things that will pop up in my head. I'm not based there. But it's good to have AI because AI can tell you, and even when it gives you the holiday days of January, don't take it what it says first time. Go back and say, are you sure? Because sometimes it comes back with more skull, dead skull, skull of the dead, of sugar skull. These are things that I would know, but then it will come back maybe and tell me, oh, we missed this, or it's this day, or ice cream day, or whatever day. Don't take the first list, go back and say, are you sure? I think you've missed a few, and it will give you more. So this is what it looks like. It took me a weekend. I went through the whole year. You can have your cover photos there if you want. I like it, but I also kept a few here to show you if you don't want all the pictures, you can do it even without. So July, you've got Canada Day, Independence Day, World Chocolate Day, National Video, etc. Again, days I wouldn't remember, and you'll see here April, 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 Parents' Day, Friendship Day. April, this should have been done for July. August, we've got National Sisters Day, and the deadline is May, May, May. So this helps you with the overwhelm in terms of what do I need to create? What do I need to create? And if you're anything like me, for me, the first 6 months was just like falling over my feet, not knowing, oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's Valentine's Day, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day, 2 weeks before that, a mess. And if I didn't follow the the seasonal holidays, I would just design what's pretty, and 80% of my stuff didn't sell, didn't get a single sale. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Okay. I've mentioned the done for you service. So again, if you're going to grab this, you will get a question or like a final step. It will just say, if you don't want to do this on your own and you want Lucille to do it for you, there is an offer here for us to do it. But if you want to go through the video and do it on your own, by all means. So if you need more support, pretty much what I can offer you, most of the information is in my Facebook group. It's free. It's a private group. It's free. I don't charge anything. I share prompts. I share designs. I share freebies. I answer questions if people ask me for questions. That's all available in the Facebook group. If you need more, I do have a monthly membership. It's called AI Prompt Heaven, and it's a vault with a growing list of prompts that you can use in systems like Midjourney, DALL-E, Canvas, Dreamlab, or aka Canva AI, Artistly, Kittle, etc. I cover all of those tools that I've spoken about. I cover most of them. Sorry, all of them. And I have to subscribe to all of them because I can't just design for Canva AI because my members don't just sign up for Canva AI. Same with Kittle. I love Kittle for Tumblr apps. I don't even want to spend time on other systems to design Tumblr apps, although I do. But my Tumblr apps, I do mostly in Kittle for sale because I like the output. Mid-Journey I do for clip art and for bulk batching clip art. And Artistly, I'm about a month and a half into it. And this purple one here is one of the first packs that I made with Artistly, and it's sold on my website as well as on my Etsy store. So I'm already getting a return from my Artistly membership, which is a once-off payment of $149. You never pay again. And if you watch the V5 update like last night, I'm so great. I feel like I need to pay Artistly more. And I said it on the YouTube channel, like on the chat. I was saying, I feel like we need to pay you more. There's a step called AI bulk assistant, and you can go to your library of images. You can go and bulk select like 20 images, and you can get the system to remove the background like with one click in like seconds. The things that they've updated in Artistly, it's really, just watch the video. But I love the updates that I saw yesterday. So if you want extra support, we've got a community. You'll see here, there's members requests. I drop SEO keywords that I spot on Etsy or on Inside Factory or listed them, E-rank, etc. I will drop what I learn from external systems into the community. I do tutorial videos. I drop the videos in the community. So there's a lot that's not sitting in the Facebook group that if you want more support, you can get it here. And then this is the vault. So Tumblr wraps, mug wraps, pillow wraps, coloring pages, junk journals will all sit in the vault. And every day or every other day, I just continue to load the vault with new prompts. And then I take it to the Facebook group and I'll let everybody know 4th of July, Independence Day, images I've just created, go to log in there and go to that module and that sub module and grab the prompts there. So that's pretty much what I offer for $9 a month. Cancel anytime. And I think now, like some of the things, what I should ask you is like, what is stressing you in your process? Like, it's important for me to understand, given everything that we've discussed or what I've talked about, like, what is a stressor during this whole process? Planning, ideation, planning, scheduling, listing, presentation. Just drop for me. Let me know what you find most stressful during this whole process, and I can maybe create something on that topic, or if you guys are good, that's fine. But I'd like to know what is stressing you during like your whole planning process or even your whole product listing process. Also, if you could share with us what works. I don't know everything. I can only share what I have learned for the last year and a bit. So maybe you know of a tool or you know of a process or an automation that can help the rest of us, right? I would like to invite you to join the Facebook group, connect with others, learn from the community, share with the community. Sometimes the community teaches me. There's a lot of people who's been in this way longer than I have been, or they've got printing experience, which is very valuable in this game. So I'm learning from other people too. And then again, feedback on this webinar, feedback on my other webinars. If you have anything to help me make what I present to you better, I'm open to hear, and thank you for that. And some of you do. You mail me, you ask me, you suggest, you send me links, you share with me. Thank you so much. My community is growing, and as it's growing, it's getting more vibrant and more people are just sharing with me. So like, keep on doing that. They also like asking me, Lucille, can you do some whimsical designs? Lucille, can you do some Mother's Day designs? Please feel free to do that. Like, that's why I'm here, right? And then as a free gift for you, like, just to say thank you for every week. You guys have just been stepping up. Every week there's just been people sitting like 2 hours and listening to me. So just like as a thank you, I've got a clip art bundle of 20 baby influencers. I really enjoyed creating this pack because these are just like little cuties, babies, but doing adult stuff, either flying or as a selfie queen or so just like a thank you from me to you for listening to me. You don't have to. Thank you for staying and for your patience. I'll show you how to get this now. And yeah, they're called baby influencers. I thought because we're going with this whole baby theme in the presentation, I thought let's share a baby related product with you. They are too cute. Katina's saying they are too cute. Oh, thank you, Devon. Devon's saying they are adorable. So let me show you how to get them. You can go to, so I showed you earlier here we go. I showed you earlier my digital store, sorry, my website, which is like the main website for most of the information. But if you go again to the search bar and you type in clipartistry.store, just like clipartistry.store, right? Let's do this. I'll drop it for you guys in the yeah, I've dropped the link in the Zoom meeting. I can't do it on Facebook right now, but I'll do it afterwards. So you go to the store, and then this is what the store looks like. So that is the bundle that I've just demonstrated on the slides. This is another Juneteenth Afro Girl clip art bundle. This is a cauliflower clip art, or it's also known as a guinea pig. And these are the ones we listed yesterday. This is an American flag, baseball, PNG clip art, also 4th of July, patriotic bundle, etc. So these are of our newest ones. You will go to Freebies. You're welcome to grab any of these, but this one is what I want to share with you. So you go to a clip art bundle, and then you just add to cart, and then you will be taken to the G Drive where you can get access to all of them. Okay, and I think that's the end, but before you go, I just want to show you the update Artistly 5.0. If you're not a member yet, this is really what it looks like. So you've got AI Image Designer over here. There was a lot more going on here, but they've sort of consolidated or condensed it into these headings, right? So you've got Image Designer. You can create from a prompt, or if you see an image somewhere and you want to recreate it, you can just click on mirror magic, upload the image, and it will extrapolate the prompt closest to what the AI is seeing, right? You can design logos, you can design animal stickers. I think this animal portraits, I'm not sure. Seamless patterns, and the list goes on. I don't know if I've told you guys, but a year and a half ago, I was Artistly's strongest critic. I was the strongest critic. Tammy introduced me to Artistly back then, and I told her this is not working. I've just been using Midjourney for junk journal stickers, clip art, mug wraps, tumbler wraps. I was just using Midjourney. And if you know anything about different systems, you need to know your tech jargon or technical words for Midjourney. Midjourney doesn't have this. This is sort of almost dummified for us if you don't know prompt engineering, if you want to call it that. So Artistly is the option where they preset the system for you. For example, if you go to AI Art Illustrator, right? There's over 20, almost I think 30 of these types of, which means if you click on clip art, it's not going to give you something that's not the clip art. So I don't have to really say a lot, right? Okay. So you don't really have to say a lot. This is also an upgrade. Before we could only do one at a time. Now we can do 4. And then you click on generate. Because you have chosen selected clip art, like a lot of the technical jargon for the prompting is taken away from you. If you go to Midjourney, or if you go to even DALL-E, right? You're going to have to be able to prompt. So I think it's very user friendly in that regard. Then this is the bulk action that I said earlier. You can load your images, go through your images from your library, and you can select. This alone is such a time saver. This alone is such a time saver, right? and then you can choose your images and then just ask the system to like, oh, so there's my sunflowers already. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and I want to select those ones. And now I can say I want you to convert it to 300 dpi. That's the first step. Then the second step, I want you to remove the background for me. And let's see, I want you to upscale, whatever. So you can build your steps and then you bulk action and like background remover, background removed, mason jars. Okay, and then bold. Please select face quality option. Let's see. I don't know what. Okay, only upscale. Sorry, I had to click here only upscale because there's no faces. Bulk action, that bold. And now it's getting to work. And you can go on and do something else. This is an upgrade. Wasn't there before. You can now create flipbooks, audio flipbooks. I'm not going to show you how, but I'll show you how, like, what I've created. There's so much that we still have to get used to with this upgrade, but I thought I'll quickly show you while you're here. I don't know if you will be able to hear my sound.
The old house stood on a hill, overlooking the town.
It's reading now. Can you guys hear the book? The reading.
I had always been drawn to it, a sense of mystery pulling me closer. Today, I finally decided to venture inside, a mix of fear and excitement churning in my stomach. Dust motes danced in the faint light filtering through a cracked window as I climbed the creaking stairs to the attic. A chill swept through the air, and a whisper echoed, as if carried on.
Can you guys hear the narration? If you can't, it's fine. I can hear it. But it's basically reading the book. They're saying they can. So basically, that's the power of the flipbook generator. I'm so interested in this, not as a product to sell, just to like create books and listen to the system. Reading it, you can choose the voice, the gender. There's different languages, I believe. So that's all in there for you. So Katina saying, I don't see the bundle. Let me get the direct link for you, Katina. Let me just get the direct link for you. And then drop that there. Okay. So I thought I'll just show you a little bit of the upgrades, but please go watch the video. They do a much better job than what I can. And let's go back to our images. And what I love about Artistly is you pay once off. You never pay again. I never have to pay again. And that alone is a saver. I did stop my Midjourney for now because I don't like Artistly is offering so much, but it's not something I can get away from because some of the members are using Midjourney. So I would have to start creating Midjourney images again. It's part of what I do, but like if you are not in a teacher capacity and you don't need Midjourney and you are happy with Artistly or then I wouldn't pay $30 for Midjourney because Midjourney is not cheap. But anyway, what I wanted to show you earlier is just the simple prompt here that I've used. I wonder why it's not. The prompt should be here, maybe because it's still processing. I don't know. Okay, okay, got it. So the top line is the background removals. Let's view. If we download, okay, if we download now, okay, that's the image. So normally we would download from Artistly, but you can see here the background is removed. There's no white board at the back. So now you can't even bulk create in Canva this way. You can't bulk create in Canva this way. But listen to those guys that did the presentation yesterday. They are gearing towards a fully automation system where the robot actually thinks for you. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But that is what they are, and I think they're on the right track. The more the system can do for you, the less you have to do, is going to appeal to a lot of people. So watch out for Artistly. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me? Yes, Leslie, upscale too. You can upscale as well within obviously. There's so much here. I'll keep you here whole day. Yes, consistent characters. Yes, kid story books. You can just like type in a story. Let's see. Where's this now? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Kid story books. So you just type in the new story. You type in it's a mystery about a boy having nightmares about ghosts. I don't know. On the spot. Characters. There's two characters, right? Age group 7 to 12. Number of pages. You can set it here. Set it here to what? I think 25. You can set it to 25. If I do it on 25, it's going to give me 25 images, right? So then I will do 5 images, generate. And now it creates the images, and from the images you can create the book. If how you get the book to be KDP ready, I don't know. We didn't cover that last time. I have sold books on KDP. I do have books on KDP at the moment, and I now and then I'll get a notice to say there's money due or whatever. So I do have books on KDP, and I enjoyed that. But I wanted to get Etsy right, and I always told myself I'll go back to KDP. So how to get the book like KDP ready? I don't know. It's another maybe another webinar. Okay, Georgina saying thank you. Already working with group to get some of the stuff you have talked about started. Yes, I can hear your book narrative. Okay, so she could also hear. Awesome. So it's preparing to see here. Anyway, yeah, then it populates the images and you can see the stories here and it's giving you the prompt for the page. It's just like all good stuff. If you guys don't have any questions for me, I think that is it. I bought the Artistly. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Devon said she bought the Artistly subscription yesterday. That's awesome. Let's see. And then let me know, Katina, if the baby baby bundle, if you got the link, is it working now? And then we can wrap up. So next week would be the last one. If there are any webinars you want me to focus on, let me know. I can work on those for you. Okay, no one's asking me anything. Awesome, that is it. I don't know, let me see what's happening here. Also, we're still in the upgrade phase, right? So for some reason it didn't populate. It worked yesterday. They're still busy rolling out. So I would not stress if the system is slow now or it's not working or it's not giving you the right whatever. I can see the speed is better. I can see the bulk action is amazing. I can create flip books. I can create consistent characters. That was always there. But the AI art illustrator, they've added coloring pages. We didn't have coloring pages before. They've added more modules here. Clip art is here, watercolor style is here. It's just all good stuff. I'm very happy with Artistly. So that's it. Thank you so much for thank you, amazing class. You are welcome, Katina. Thank you so much for all of you, and I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you, Devon. Enjoy your subscription. Thank you, Pamela.